Welcome to my first Minecraft video. So I did have Minecraft videos before, but now I'm having a series. So let's play single player. For example, something that says Saturday. And let's see what it looks like. This is a town called Oakville. It might look like a village, but you might notice that I changed it. Look, some are even unrecognizable and weird. And also, most of the population of this town are actually from different villages that I just snatched with my own railroad. I also made a boat system that didn't work at all. I also have a forest here that I grew on my own. And look, I also grew some oak trees along the railroad to show that they're heading for Oakville. Did you see anything? Look, those ugly villagers, they should be going to bed now. And look, this is a black sheep that's just outside the boundaries. I'm checking on another one of my sheep. This here, it's just a pink sheep. This may seem regular, but I made the villagers respect it with this pink sheep house. It says landlord pink sheep number 4,198,313,698, and that is this. Look. Now, let's go inside to see what it looks like. There are ugly villagers that tend to praise this beautiful face with a nicely well-trimmed mustache. And look. It looks beautiful. I'm a fan of it, by the way. And you can even see the details on the back, too. The sheep, the black and white sheep, also praise it too. And there's some iron golems protecting the sea at night in case there's zombies, but no zombies are even in this, which is fine. I also made some farms for myself, which I gotta pick the seeds. Game mode 0. That's what I do to pick the seeds and wheat after they're fully grown. And I see some oak trees around too. Now let's plant some seeds here. Now here it is. I'm planting a new stalk. And now I'm going to game mode 1. Which is creative, removing the seeds from my inventory in this minecart. And I'm now going to bring the wheat to the town hall where I store all the wheat. And it apparently says Mayor Oak Jackson, which turns out that I pretend is me controlling this entire town. And now I'm going to do this, making more and more stacks of wheat to feed the village, to feed the town. There's also Department of Agriculture, but nothing happens there because it's empty. There's also this beautiful emerald house. I put emeralds to respect the villagers. I also put some purple crystals and some nether brick. And this door, dark oak door. I use dark oak for most of my doors, and oh look! The faces of those villagers, they're ugly, but they respect the top of this house anyway, saying emerald is literally the top. There's also this Acadia Incorporated company that owns this, but not just that. Also, it owns this as it's an apartment company. And what also does it own? It owns this as well. And look, what else could I even think it owns? It also owns this non-Acadia House apartment. And most Acadia buildings are owned by Acadia Incorporated. It also owns this here. And this. It owns a lot of stuff. And where is it based? The Well. That's where Acadia Incorporated is based. Let's go in. See this. Now, I ask for instructions from this pig that tells me the instructions about what to do next. But it didn't tell me to do anything right now, but all those were instructed by the pig, which is the owner of Acadia Incorporated. And Acadia Incorporated does not have rights to this special house. And look, there's also a shack in the middle of the Oakville Forest, where Pink Sheep is right next to. Look. It can't suit villagers. Plus, villagers don't want to sleep in a forest. Obviously, with a house and no windows. Still a door. And look, the rural theater. How can people sleep in theaters? It's just how villagers tend to be. They sleep anywhere that suits to them. There's also this barn, the farmhouse, which turns out that it used to be a field, but then I destroyed the field and replaced it with this, where the villagers can sleep every night. There's also those tall houses on Tooster Street, and we got Barrow Street, where all this stuff is. We got the railroad public pool, but no one sleeps in there. We also got the Barrow Lodge and Barrow Park, as well as Oakville Community Center is also on Barrow Street. Sorry, it's raining. I know that it must have thunderstorm, and I don't want anything to happen to this village in a thunderstorm. And don't look, 2 small houses on Barrow Street. There's also some trees all across the streets. And then we got Market Avenue, consisting of East Market Avenue, which there has an apartment of Acadia Incorporated, as well as we got Stonewall Alley between Barrow Street and Stonewall Road, and Stonewall Road turns out to head towards the Lake Cottage, which is from a lake where all the water was irrigated for agriculture. That I do to feed the town. And then we got another popular street in this town, Rural Street. I will go back to East Market Avenue, but I'm going on Rural Street, where we see the farmhouse, this house, and the Stonewall house, as well as this house here, and the Rural Theater, and Acadia Incorporated apartment, and this tall Acadia building. And right next to it, at the edge of Rural Street, is also the Rural Theater. And at the edge of it, we are near this Emerald House and this tree, where we then go on to Kedai Avenue, where we see some garden houses that villagers can sleep in. And on the edge of Kedai Avenue, this Acadia Incorporated lodge apartment. And then we got another alley, the Rural Churchill Alley, between Rural Street and Churchill Street, which we see the Emerald House here, as well as another Acadia Incorporated apartment, and right next to it is a church. While the religious center of Oakville is Churchill Street, where we can see Acadia Incorporated apartment there, and this house here, as well as the main church of Oakville, that I didn't put any labels on. It's in the main church of Oakville. We also got this house and this house, ugly houses usually, as well as 2 other houses until we reach the Well of Acadia Incorporated, where we then turn on to East Lakeview Avenue. Lakeview Avenue, which we see another church and another ugly house and 2 trees that's useless. How about West Lakeview Avenue? There is the Oakville Department of Agriculture, as well as this library here that's not the main library. We also got another field and 2 trees. Still pretty useless except for the Department of Agriculture. And then we got welcome to the Oakville Forest, where you see the Lakeview Trail, where there's this house here as well as the Pink Sheep house. And the Lakeview Trail continues into the Oakville Forest. We also got another street called East Sedan Street, which is east of Sedan Street that you might have seen here, where it has 2 useless houses and 2 trees, as well as the main center that's very important, the Oakville Town Hall. Most of Sedan Street is just useless stuff, but the only useful thing is the most useful thing in Oakville, the Oakville Town Hall. And, however, we also find East Market Avenue, where we turn on to. And East Market Avenue goes to the Oakville Public Library, which is where it is. And we got another double house, which looks like 1 house, but it's actually 2. Well, confusing. We also got the local market on East Market Avenue, and also the edge of the railroad. And then we turn on to Market Alley, which is useless. And now on West Market Avenue, got this house, as well as some useless stuff. Mostly just useless stuff are on West Market Avenue, which then turns onto the Lakeview Trail, which goes along the Oakville Forest to the other side of town, like West Lakeview Avenue. And then there's West Sedan Street. I accidentally named it East Sedan Street. It's supposed to be West Sedan Street. Okay, that's how it's supposed to be named, West Sedan Street. West Sedan Street, but that's useless anyways. And here is all of Oakville that I viewed. Thanks for watching!